Hey everyone, Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com, DevOps TV, here at Interconnect 2017. And we're here with Angel Diaz, who has a same old Angel, but new title.
Yes.
Angel is now VP of Developer Technology for IBM. And Angel, before we get into anything else, why don't you explain to our audience what exactly does that title mean?
Well, look, we all know, and you and I have been talking about DevOps and developers for a long time. You know, developers fuel innovation, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at the developer today, what makes up a developer today is very different than yesterday, right? There's been a democratization of technology. You've always learned new concepts. Now we're in a cloud data AI world, powered by DevOps to get your job done. So my role is everything we do around open source, everything we do around helping developers be more productive with technology, whether it's our technology, open source technology, methodologies, anything that intersects that to accelerate value.
Excellent. So we get a little distracted there. So, Angel, for our audience may not realize this, but you were of course, one of the key executives behind the whole Bluemix Garage and Bluemix Garage method and everything else. And we had a little conversation off camera about what's next.
That's right.
And I'm happy to share with us. It might be a little early, but by the time you see this out in the audience, it'll be out there. What's the next big thing for you guys here?
I'm really excited because, you know, again, I live in reality like you do. We know it's all about automation, getting pipelines in place, building code, delivering value faster, faster, and faster. So what have we done? We've got good technology. You know, at IBM, we've got great DevOps technology. Open source is great technology. We have method, the methodology, the garage method, the how, the technology is the what. In fact, when you build your applications, we have these architectural patterns. We call them the architecture center for the scale. So if you think of it as kind of three Venn diagrams, there's something in the middle.
Yep.
What is that thing in the middle? It's the code. It's the code. It's the
that makes the world go round.
Makes the, all of this serves, is there to serve the code. How do you build the code better? How do you innovate better? How do you work with line of business better? How do you transcend the different silos better? And then how do you scale? So we're launching an activity similar to the method, but around what we call code on-ramps, call them the developer journeys. So whether you're building a cloud application, anything with data, artificial intelligence, we're going to have these on-ramps, these start kits that you can then take and fork. It's all open source, but it will be, let's say, DevOps ready. It will be method ready. It will be architecture ready. So not only can you take, let me give you a precise example, a journey that shows you how to take an existing application, put it in a container, and move it from on-premise to off-premise. It helps you do that, you fork it, but it also does it in a way that it could fit into a pipeline, that it could scale architecturally, and it fits into the methodology to how you actually do it within your organization.
That's fantastic, man. So, we see in DevOps, right, we have companies like Sonatype and JFrog and stuff, where they're repos, they're repositories of code snippets, open source codes. This compare and contrast. What is this compared to what repos are holding?
Yeah, that's a good question, because there's a lot of code out there, right? And a lot of snippets out there. This code is we build within communities. And these are codes that are grounded on what our clients are doing and what folks want to do. And they're almost more holistic applications. So they are, everything from, how do you set up config files to scaling the application. It's almost, think of it almost as a product itself, right? And it's something that you can take and fork, and then it's something that is supported within the community and also by our open source developers. So as you make change, as there's CI/CD involved. All of these things will always stay current and up to date. So you have the latest stuff, and you'll be guaranteed that you'll be building on something that is then again DevOps ready.
Yes, and that is a piece of it too. Is that this code gives you DevOps ready? But you know what, Angel? In a way, I look at it, and it's almost going back to the roots of what Bluemix was.
Right.
Was this component architecture where you had ready-made components
and you string them together
that will allow you to build apps really fast. And this is kind of taking
ready-made code.
Ready.
Hey,
it's that New York thing. We can't do that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we ready-made code that we're building, right? We're building really rapid, and it aids the rapid development. And it's an important piece of the DevOps life cycle, or the DevOps work cycle, if you will, right?
Yeah.
That speeds us along.
And
here
it
with
ties
that.
into the method because, by the way, this starts to show tangibly to developers how to build DevOps-ready code.
Yep.
And remember, deployment influences code architecture, right?
Hello. Yep.
You know, so we're starting to bridge the divide, not just by a method, but by code. And this is the new thing here. And I think this is the next kind of churn in the crank as a practice.
Absolutely, it makes perfect sense. I just don't know why no one thought of it earlier, but
Takes time.
it happens. So let me ask you a question now. So, you know, we've got Bluemix, we've got Bluemix Garage, we've got Bluemix Garage Method. We have these things. We understand that this fits into that nexus point that
Right.
I think, you know, the word where it all overlaps.
Right.
How do you roll with this? How are you rolling out? Where could our people find
Yeah,
out?
this is a good question. So go to developer.ibm.com. That's it.
Easy.
Developer.ibm.com. Right there's a big thing that says developer journeys.
Really? And that's
Click
what it
there.
says.
So if you're a developer,
journey.
you go there. If you're into DevOps, you go there. It will then bring you to the specific journeys that I spoke about, but also clearly explain and link to the method,
Right.
the technology, and the architecture. So
So this
all
is
of it is
bringing
kind
it
of linked
together, man.
together. Yeah.
Excellent.
Developer.ibm.com.
So all kidding aside, I want to talk about the new title with you and what it means.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does it mean for our audience? What does it mean?
Well,
to
I mean,
you?
I think in addition to what I said before, the other thing is that, look, at IBM, we've been through several transformations, right? The Garage Method was an example of how we transformed how we write code internally, and then we realized, wow, our clients probably care, the world probably care. Let's
turn
do
it into a best practice
and do it external, right?
Yep.
So we've been going through a similar, what we call developer-first approach in how we build our own technology. Our technology needs to be developer-ready. When you use an API call, it needs to be consistent. When you run on a platform, it needs to behave a certain way. When you advocate or talk about the technology, you should do it in a way that adds value. So we've been going through that kind of transformation internally as well. And so a big part of this is going to be taking that culture and externalizing it as well. So in addition to the journeys, you're going to see essentially what we call guilds. You know, you have squads, tribes. We're going to have a guild around developer first type application development, which is DevOps ready, et cetera, and then start to externalize that as well. That's almost like a sister methodology, or perhaps even part of the Garage methodology you'll see added.
So, but this really, and this is something that I think the Garage and Garage Method was missing to this point, a sense of community.
Yeah.
Right, and that's so big in the whole
absolutely
DevOps kind of mantra of how we do things.
Right.
That sense of community, and this is something I think people can rally behind with that as well.
Good.
Excellent point. So this launches April 1, officially April 1.
Officially April 1. The starter set will be there. The external community will be there. People will start to contribute, and we'll just grow, and grow. And we'll do a webinar. We'll go deep.
Absolutely. I'd love to go deep with this. Angel, before you go there, I wanted to do one other thing.
Sure.
And, you know, you've done a great job leading the whole Garage Method and Bluemix Garage. We had something here we wanted to give to you.
Oh.
So this. So,
oh my gosh!
Angel won DevOps Transformation Executive of the Year.
I know. Thank you.
And our DevOps Dozen Award, and we wanted to give that to you.
Thank you. Well, let me get a hug. Thank you so much. This makes me very happy.
Send us pictures of that on the mantle, man.
I will.
But
Thank you so much.
and now you're on to your next adventure here.
That's right.
You got next year's entry all ready to rock and roll,
all right.
man.
Hopefully we'll make an impact.
All right. Developer's Journey, and it's at
developer.ibm.com.
Excellent.
Thank you
Angel
so much.
Diaz, thank
Pleasure.
you, man.
Thank you.
All right. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com.